Hi everyone. Today we are diving into a topic that hits every traveler. Why are flight tickets in India so expensive? Whether it's a family trip or a sudden business plan, the fare almost feels shocking these days.
Well, it's summertime and many are heading out and planning holidays. But why are airline tickets so expensive right now? Well,
Now, domestic airfares in India surged by 43% last year from 2019 levels, marking a notable spike in air ticket prices.
Prices have climbed so fast in the last few years, and it's natural to wonder what's really going on. Is it just demand or supply? Or are bigger forces driving this cost? In this video, we are breaking everything down clearly using actual data and market facts. So fasten your seatbelts. This is going to be detailed, simple, and genuinely informative. If you look at any Indian Airlines financial, one thing stands out: ATF is the biggest operational cost. Around 30 to 40% of their expenses go just toward aviation turbine fuel. The issue is that ATF in India is much more expensive compared to many countries.
The ATF prices, that is the jet fuel prices, have been increased by nearly 5%.
But jet fuel prices were hiked by 2% to nearly 1,13,000 per kiloliter.
The reason? High taxes from both the central and state governments. This includes excise duty and state level VAT, often adding up to 20 to 30% depending on the state. Compare that to places like Singapore or Dubai, where taxes are far lower. In October 2025 alone, ATF prices rose by 3.3%. Even a small rise in global crude prices immediately affect airline profits here. This is why aviation experts keep pushing for the ATF to be brought under GST to stabilize cost and reduce volatility. The next big challenge is that airlines spend a huge part of their budget in US dollars. India doesn't manufacture large commercial aircraft, so almost all airlines lease their planes. Lease payments, repairs, engine work, and spare parts, everything is built in dollars. When the rupee weakens, an airline must spend more rupees for same dollar invoice. So even a 5% depreciation in the rupee means 5% increase in their major expenses. But their earnings are in rupees. So to cover the gap, airlines adjust the ticket prices upward, which is why fares suddenly jump when the rupee drops. Now comes one of the most frustrating reasons: dynamic pricing driven by serious supply problems. Let's look at supply first. News reports and parliamentary data shows that more than 200 aircrafts from Indigo, Air India and other were grounded due to engine and parts shortages.
Indian Airlines are facing a shortage of aircraft. 6 Indian airlines together have 108 aircraft on ground due to supply chain issues and non-availability of engine spares.
And while Airbus A320 glitch causes airlines in India to scramble,
Fewer aircraft is equal to fewer seats available. At the same time, demand is rising fast. The Indian middle class is traveling more than ever, and DGCA data shows domestic traffic growing at double-digit rates. Low supply plus rising demand is perfect setup for dynamic pricing. And here is how system works. Airlines divide seats into price buckets. When the cheaper bucket sells out, the system automatically jumps to next costlier one. This is why booking last minute or during festivals can cost 300 to 500% more. The algorithm detects high demand and adjusts prices accordingly. Ticket prices don't just depend on the airline. Airports add their own charges as well. Apart from 5% GST on base fare, passengers pay aviation security fee, user development fee, and passenger service fee. Market reports show that after the privatization of several major Indian airports, the UDF was subsequently hiked.
The DIAL has proposed an increase in the UDF charges, that is the User Development Fund charges at the Delhi airport.
Which could burn a big hole in travelers' pockets. Delhi and Mumbai airports are likely to see a hike in user development fees or UDF as they seek major tariff recovery.
At one major metropolitan airport, the UDF increased by over 100% following regulatory approval. When you combine these charges, including the passenger service fee, they make substantial chunk of your overall ticket price. Another reason for expensive tickets is that our aviation market doesn't really have a lot of competition anymore. Over the years, the industry has shaped itself in a way where only few big airlines control most of the seats. Indigo dominates the domestic market, and Air India, now fully backed by the Tata Group, is expanding very aggressively. When just 2 or 3 airlines end up controlling such a huge share of the market, the pricing naturally stays on the higher side because there aren't enough players trying to undercut each other. Now, yes, new airlines like Akasa Air and Fly91 have entered the scene, but growing in the industry is extremely difficult. Aircraft are expensive to lease, airport slots are hard to get, and the cost of running operations is huge. So even if these new airlines want to offer cheaper fares, they simply don't have enough planes or routes yet to influence the overall market. And let's not forget the airlines we have lost: Jet Airways, Kingfisher, Go First, Air Deccan. Each time an airline shuts down, the total seat capacity in the country drops.
So late last night, the Jet Airways had cancelled all international flights, citing a lack of funds.
Now, if you have booked a Go First flight for tomorrow or day after, here's some news for you. The cash-strapped Indian airline has suspended its flights for Wednesday and Thursday and has filed for insolvency.
When seats reduce and only few airlines remain, those remaining airlines gain more control over how fares are set. This is one of the quietest but strongest reasons why tickets don't get cheaper. With fewer competitions, airlines don't need to engage big price wars, so the fares stay firm at higher level. So, when you add everything together, you realize it's not just one issue: high taxes on ATF, the dollar to rupee problem, fewer planes and dynamic pricing, rising airport fees, and this shrinking competition in the market. All these things layer on top of each other and eventually show up in your ticket price. Now, what can you do as a traveler? The only real way to save money is to plan smartly. Try booking your tickets at least 3 to 4 weeks in advance. Avoid traveling on peak days like Fridays, Sundays, festival weeks, and long weekends because airlines increase fares when demand shoots up. And definitely use fare alerts on travel apps. They help you catch a lower price without constantly checking. In the long run, we can only hope that the fuel taxation gets revisited and newer airlines manage to grow strongly. More competition is the only thing that will genuinely push fares down. What do you think is the biggest factor behind expensive flights in India? Let me know in the comments. I am Sumiran, and if you like this video, hit like and subscribe for more aviation insights. Until then, clear skies and safe travels.